Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm just going around and I'm maintaining my garden. So far I've watered everything. All my raised beds have been watered. Just check things out, see what needs to be done, and I thought I'd bring you along for that. So here I have alyssum and it is getting a little unruly. So what I do is I take the alyssum, I grab all the branches, and I just give it a haircut. Just to kind of clean things up a bit. And I've gone around and done this with all of the alyssum, and it's totally fine. It doesn't hurt it. It'll totally come back and it will keep producing more flowers. I'm going to do the same thing with my lobelia. Grab all of it, give it a little haircut. Then it doesn't seem like it's so unruly because it's kind of taking over into some of the other plants that I have planted here. I had a petunia over here. I couldn't even barely see it because of how long the alyssum was spreading out over into it. So I just gave it a little bit of a haircut and now it looks way better. I have a couple more over here as well. There's not as much going on over here, so it's not really hoarding in because this plant here didn't make it, so I'm not as worried about that. And then I just clip these off. I have some, these are the sweet peas that I had planted. They only get 6 inches high, but they haven't started flowering yet. So, and over here, like I check my tomatoes, and this one needs to be clipped up along the top here. So I just grabbed these new tomato clips that I just bought this year. And I got a pack of 100 and I don't have very many left. I have been just clipping up tomato plants like crazy and I absolutely love them. This variety here is my Oxheart, and I was just trying to see if I have one to show you. No, they're not big enough because I wanted to show you how they're in the shape of a heart. And they're so cool. But I do want to show you one of my Amish paste. It is getting quite large. So here, look at that. That's one of the Amish paste. That's probably my biggest one so far. They get so large, and there's another one in behind it. But I absolutely love the Amish paste. Just taking, these are my cucumber plants, and I'm just taking this one here and running it in through my panel just to get it on that side. And then once it grows a little bit more, then I'll weave it back in through this side over as well. And I just like to make sure that it's staying on the panel and not going and spreading across the ground, because I want it to keep the cucumbers off the ground. This row here, this is where I had my French breakfast radishes, and I picked the last of them out of this. It's just a short little row. It's probably only 2 feet long. And I'm gonna plant some more without dumping them all over the place. I do have some sparkler white tip radishes growing in behind the French breakfast that I'm planting. And then I have some early scarlet radishes in behind that as well. And those ones aren't quite ready to be picked, but these French breakfast were ready and I've already picked them all. They're in the house. I put them in a little container and I just add them to my salads. A little rogue seed. And we'll just cover them up. And then a lot of times I come through my rows, and these are the sparkler white tip, and I'll go through the row and I will pluck out any radishes that are too close together. Super easy when they're small like this to just take out the ones that are just a little too close. And I've been doing that with my Hikari salad turnips as well. And those silky white turnips that I planted, they're like the Hikari salad turnips. So I have a few here that are pretty close together. And I just take out the extra one, and still leaves me with lots of radishes to have as well. Oh, got another one coming in here. Deadhead this calendula. Look at that. This is the neon calendula. I've never grown these before, but I think it's my new favorite. I love these. They're absolutely beautiful. So yeah, just trimming that out. And that I just like to clean it up so that these unruly looking deadheads are cleaned up nice. I've got some sunflowers that are on the verge of blooming. Look over here. Isn't that beautiful? These are the sunspot sunflowers. Like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 buds just on this plant alone. This one here only has 1 big bud on that. And the one beside it, I only see 1 big bud on this one too, but this one has 5 actually, because there's 6, 2 more in the back down there. Isn't that awesome? Another thing I need to clean out is I'm going to take out this spinach. It has started to go to seed. And so I'm going to take this spinach out. This was the Bloomsdale spinach. And I am going to plant some New Zealand spinach. This I'll just save and give that to my chickens. They will absolutely love it. So put in a new little row. And these are the seeds that are huge. I've never seen spinach seeds so big. Look at that. They're huge. The reason why I got the New Zealand spinach, because they're supposed to be, just a sec, they're heat tolerant, resistant to bolting, to seed. This is an excellent summer substitute. Okay. Oh. Maybe I don't want to do these. Do you know why? These don't mature for 65 to 75 days. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't even notice that. Good thing I read that part. Okay, plan B. We're going to plant some countryside spinach. They only take 30 days to mature. Countryside spinach it is. And this is just a baby spinach, so this will be perfect. And then once the seeds sprout, I think I space the plants out 4 inches apart. So yeah, once they get going, I'll come in and I'll thin it out to 4 inches apart. So I've planted them about 2 inches, the seeds 2 inches apart. And I'll have to go and get my tag from over there. I tried growing them over by my Butter Crunch lettuce. They didn't come up. So I'm going to plant them over here. I think they like this spot better, so I'll have to go and grab my tag for the countryside spinach and put it over here so that I know where it is. Speaking of my Hakiri salad turnips, so here is where I planted them. I picked my garlic out and they're starting to come along, so I've thinned that out a little bit. And then in behind I did the silky sweet, and they're coming along also nice. So I've thinned those out a little bit as well. I wanted to bring you over here. This is where I planted the comfrey, and I probably planted that about 2 weeks ago, and I've been watering it pretty consistent, and this one here seems to be doing pretty good. It hasn't died off. This one still has some green on it. That one doesn't look that great. And this one still has a bit of green on it too. And this were the 4 that I planted underneath my crabapple tree. So, and if we come and take a look over here. Oh, look. Got some gooseberries on my gooseberry bush. So over here, I don't know if that one's gonna make it. This one here still has green on it. And this one here still has green on it too. So it's too soon to tell. I wanted to come and show you. It's been a couple of weeks since I picked my garlic, and it is all dried now. So now I can cut the tops off of these and put them into a mesh bag, and then I can start using my garlic for cooking. Now we're coming down here into the bottom part of, these are my no-till beds. The reason why this mesh protection that I have on these plants is orange is because we have a lot of iron in our water. Look at these pesky cabbage moths. Hence the reason why I have these covers on here, because these pesky things would be laying eggs all over my cabbage and my cauliflower. But I wanted to bring you down here to show you, this is my Genovese zucchini, and I have about 6 or 7 little zucchinis growing on here so far. So that is super exciting too. I also noticed on my butternut, I have a little butternut squash forming on there. My sweet potatoes are vining all over the place, which is exactly what they're supposed to be doing. I've been trying to guide all of my squash vines, my sweet potato vines, so they're not impeding on each other. But that is the kombucha squash, and it is just massive. And now it is starts sending out its vining out all over the place. And then that's my spaghetti squash beside it. My green zucchini. This is a butternut squash as well, but I've had this one longer. And then if we come over on the other side of the kombucha, here is my other little spaghetti squash. And then that's the buttercup squash, and I have it vining out towards the fence. It's got a few flowers on it, and I haven't noticed any fruit on it yet. Oh, here we have another vine coming in on this side. That's okay. I don't mind it going towards my potatoes. That's okay. I'm over here at this other apple tree, and I'm looking, and look at that. I have growth coming off of this comfrey. And then I planted another comfrey here, and I start having some growth coming off of that one. But I don't know about this one yet, but that is awesome. Well, I picked all of the sour cherries off of my sour cherry tree. I got 2 buckets. They were about this big around and about that high, and I probably had them about, both of them each 2/3 full. These sour cherries were super ripe. Some of them were overripe, but I picked all of them. Then I sorted through them all, probably threw out half, because if they had little holes in them, there was a pretty good chance they were going to have worms in them. So I threw out over half because of that. Then I went through them after I washed them and everything. I pitted the cherries, I opened them up, checked to see if they had worms inside of them, and some did. So I threw those ones out, but the ones that were still good, I kept those. I ended up making a double batch of sour cherry sauce. My sister gave me the recipe, and you make it up and you use, like it said to use cornstarch, but I use arrowroot starch, and that's what you use to thicken it. And then once you've cooked it, thickened it, you add your sugar, lemon juice, and some vanilla. Then you wait until, after you've thickened it, you wait until it cools, and you can spoon it, ladle it into freezer bags. So I put it into medium-sized freezer bags, and you put it in your freezer. Then when you want, you bring it out, you thaw it out, and you can put it over cake. You could put it over ice cream. It would probably be even good on pancakes, I would imagine. So that's what I did with what I got that were usable sour cherries. And the reason why they were overripe was because we were gone and I didn't have time to pick them before we left. By the time I came back, they were overripe. My strawberries are pretty much at the end of their season, but my raspberries are still going strong. I pick them and I don't wash them because it makes them mushy. So I pick them and I spread them out on a cookie sheet. I pick through them. Whatever's not good, I throw that out or give it to my chickens. And then I freeze them in the freezer. And then I dump those frozen berries into large Ziploc bags. So I've already, from my raspberries, I've filled up 6 cookie sheets filled with raspberries, and I still have more raspberries coming on. They're going to start getting to the point where they're at their end as well. I also picked my fresh eating plums from over in front of the shop. I'm still sad that I didn't get any blue plums on this plum tree here in the orchard side, but I'm going to show you my elderberries. If we come over here, all those flowers have now turned to these little berries, and then these berries, they're green now, but they are going to turn like a really dark purple, almost black. And then what I do is I dehydrate them. Like, look at those. This is on my smaller bush. They're awesome. I'm going to dehydrate all of these elderberries, and then when just before, like probably sometime in December, that's when I make, or November, I usually make my elderberry syrup. And that is where I take dehydrated elderberries, dehydrated rose hips, and there's cinnamon, ginger, cloves. I'm trying to think of what else is in there. Then you have your water, you boil that, and then you let it cool, you strain it, and then you add some honey, and I usually add a wildflower honey that I purchase locally, and add that to the syrup, bottle it up into small little jars, and I have some for myself, and I also give them away. It's a wonderful gift. You try and buy that in the store and you pay a fortune for that. So that's what I usually do with my elderberries as well. So our weather has been consistently warm. We're in the mid to late 20s Celsius. And so I'm usually watering every second day. I'll come out here and water everything. And then that's what I do, is I just go around, pick what needs to be picked, plant what needs to be planted, deadhead, cut out, vine through my cucumbers, tie up my tomatoes, weed anything that needs to be weeded. It's pretty well maintained. Now over in my berry section, I have a lot of weeds in there, and I just haven't gotten around to focusing my energy on picking those weeds, but I really have to get that done too, because then the weeds are competing with my strawberries and all the other bushes and fruit that I have going on in there. Usually when I am watering, it takes me about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and that's watering like all that comfrey that I've planted, and watering around the fruit trees, all my clematises, my hanging baskets. I still have to go and do everything on the deck. Actually, no, I don't have to do everything on the deck. I did that yesterday. Every second day I water that bottom garden, and every second day I water the berry side of the property too. And it works out well. We have been gone, I've been gone for a good portion of July. And so this last time we were gone for 8 days, and we had a good friend of mine and my youngest son watering for us. And they did a pretty good job. It's just that they didn't really pick anything. So when I came back, I was like a picking fool, trying to get everything picked. The raspberries needed to be picked something desperately. So when I came back, it took me probably 3 days between watering, picking, and preserving, freezing, doing all of that after we got back. But overall, it's pretty manageable when I am here. It's just when I'm gone, and then when I get back, then I have to get everything back to the way that I've had it. I just wanted to show you what a day in the garden usually looks like for me. And it's not too hard. I don't work in the summertime. I get the summers off because I work for the schools, and we get the summer off, so that's nice. I don't think I'd even be able to get anywhere near the amount of work done here in the garden. So thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.